Coffee with Dr. Wale, held by PowerTalks Limited. I'm just going to tell you what PowerTalks Limited does, in case you just hear PowerTalks. Most people know Dr. Wale. Dr. Wale is a Chief Transformation Officer of PowerTalks Limited. We do several things. We have training and consulting. Under training and consulting, we have corporate trainings where we're invited by companies to go and speak. We have in-house trainings where we come up with our own programs and we invite people to come and experience this. Then we also develop curriculum and formulate strategies. And we have a new product, Safari with Dr. Wale. That is training in the wild, where we take people to the wild, and then we get to bring their wild side out, because that's the side that helps them in decision making and all these things. How many were at the first Safari with Dr. Wale? Good to see you. I think I'll get one to talk about it. We also do publishing. As you've seen we have several books by Dr. Wale, but we also publish books by other authors. We do biographies and other writers. Then we have a media house, we have a production house, we have a magazine which was launched at the last Coffee, and we have PowerTalks TV, where we upload a program or a clip every day. So that's PowerTalks TV. And finally, we have the Transformation Institute. Under the Transformation Institute falls this event, Coffee with Dr. Wale. We have Inspire to Inspire, a week-long program, which I'll tell you more about. We have the Mathare project, where we take young people and take them through a leadership and entrepreneurship course, and then we help them start their own businesses. And we have community transformation projects. We started with Adopt a School. I'll leave Dr. Wale Dr. Wale will talk more about that. So let me start with Safari with Dr. Wale, because I want to invite one of the persons that was there to tell us how it was. Was it beneficial? Did they enjoy themselves? Did they learn anything? Is there anything they have done as a result of having attended that? And so Safari with Dr. Wale, we had one in November, where we just went there and we were trained. We went to Sarova Salt Lake. The next one is actually in February, so in case you missed out, you can come for that. So instead of going, let me not go into it, let me call one of the persons that went there, Gakii Kinoti. She has been to both the Inspire to Inspire program and Safari with Dr. Wale, so she can tell us briefly about both, how the programs were and how beneficial they were to herself and her career. She'll tell us where she works or what she does with herself. Karibu.
Thank you, Mercy. As you've heard, my name is Gakii Kinoti. I'm a leadership coach with SALT, the Leader in You. I'll speak more of the Safari with Dr. Wale. We went to Sarova Salt Lake in Voi, and we're also at the Taita Hills Lodge. So Safari with Dr. Wale is a training in the wild. And the thing is, I've always believed that when you're learning, you should enjoy yourself while you're learning. So the first thing when we got there, and Dr. Wale is asking, so what are your objectives? I told him, I've come to have fun and to rest. And, he looked at me, those ones of, girl, you got your priorities wrong, But there was a lot of fun in it. And the fact that we were there with strangers, I actually did not know any of the persons that came in. Some came in, with friends. But the beauty of it is that one of the things we achieved is that we networked. Yeah. So I got to meet people from European Union, people from East African Portland Cement, from the US Embassy, the private entrepreneurs. There's actually a lady who runs a garage and has more than 100 employees, and I was very fascinated because she told me she's a trained teacher, but she runs a garage in industrial areas. So I got to make contacts. So apart from my resting, I achieved a second objective, which was to make good contacts. The other thing is that we have a beautiful country. Kenya is indeed a beautiful country. The 6 hours down to Voi, and you're just asking, when will we ever get there? But when we got there and you look at the beauty of Sarova Salt Lake and the way the rooms are on stilts. They're elevated so that the elephants can be able to walk around freely, and you see them at such close range. And you see the leopards, the lions, and okay, yeah, we know we come from Africa and all these animals are around us, but the hospitality of Sarova, it is unmatched. And I would encourage, if you've never been to a Sarova hotel, you go there and you'll be proud to be Kenyan. That is one thing I can say, that Sarova never disappoints. Their food doesn't disappoint, their accommodation, the hospitality is just excellent. Now, to the business of the day, what really had we gone to do there? So we were on a training, and the theme of the training was teams, strategy, and execution. In any organization, or even in your own family, you work as a team. Yeah, so if you don't have the right members in your team, then it means you probably won't achieve what you want to achieve. But then again, you've got to have a strategy. Now, there are many organizations where you go and ask somebody, so what is your FY13 strategy? And the guys have no clue. So they've got the skills, they've got the education, they've got the exposure, but they have no clue where that organization is going. So strategy is also important. And the third thing was on execution. So even if you have the right team and you have a right strategy, but you cannot do what Dr. Wale says, pit stop execution, I think you will be working towards something that you're not achieving. Nobody is executing. So having to link the three, how do we link the right team, give them a vision of the right strategy, but then also get them to execute it, because you're here to perform. So for us, it was about going into the wild, and the wild really got onto us. We had this treasure hunt in the wild, where we had to move from one place to another. And I am not sorry to say that even my team was very violent. We were all there to win. And we saw the competitive side of us. And there was a lot of, well, initially there was ice. But when the ice broke, you could not believe that the same people who are smiling and being timid are now the ones who are pushing you and making sure that they want their team to win. And I was like, if every organization would have everyone focused that this is the strategy, this is how we're going to execute it, this is our leader, this is the person who is going to be picking the cards, this is the one who is going to be interpreting the instructions. When everyone knows where they need to be, then you are sure that you're going to win. And you know, I also, in the same place, I came to discover something that I felt was my growth, something I needed to grow in. And this is on negotiation skills. There was one game where we had to make omelets. And my team had all the oil, because you had to discover and you know, where the items are. And if you did not have all the items to do the omelette, then you needed to negotiate with the other team. And so here we were. We have the oil. The other team doesn't have oil. And somehow us guys had everything we needed. And I could see our team member went asking the other guys, because he said, let's stall them. Let's make sure that our fire is burning and stall them. So he went and asked for things we didn't need. And they were all confused. Why are they asking for things that we don't need? And later on is when I thought about it and I said, look, when you go to negotiate, do we ever think, what is it that I'm going to put on the table and what do I need from the other person? And for me, that was my take home. I never said it there, but that was my take home, that I need to know how to negotiate. And it's unfortunate that most of us, we go into a business deal, we're going to negotiate a contract, you have not even prepared for it. You have no idea whether they have professional negotiators on the other side, and they're gonna rip you off everything they can get out of you. And on a lighter note, I remember arriving there, I don't know what we were discussing, and then I said, when you go to Rome, Dr. Wale told me, you convert the Romans. So that is transformation right there. You have to transform your mind, and don't take things the same way you had them the last time. Just make sure that even when you're given something and you know that is the norm, that's how we do it, and that's where we're saying we want change, we want change, we want change, you have to think differently.